Good morning, students, and welcome to my video on Tempest. In this video, I'll be explaining the pages which I missed from Act 4, Scene 1. Few students wrote in the comments that 2-3 pages from Act 4, Scene 1, they have gone missing. So I'll be giving you the explanation of those pages in this video. So basically the explanation will be from line 110 to line 170 of Act 4, Scene 1. So we'll start from here. Juno and Ceres whisper and send Iris on employment. Before I start with the explanation of these lines, let me tell you what happened till now. Right, so Ferdinand was awestruck and he was like completely mesmerized with the mask which was going on. Right, he was very much impressed with Prospero and he said that let me live here ever, so rare a wondered father and a wise makes this place paradise. So Ferdinand says in the last lines that I want to stay on this island forever because my father-in-law is a wonderful and a wise man, and because of the rare virtues and the rare qualities which he possesses, this place has been transformed into a paradise. This place has been transformed into heaven, and so I don't want to go away from this place. I want to stay here for my entire life. So he's very happy on seeing that mask. He has not seen anything of the sort in his life. So he is completely spellbound. So then what happens? Juno and Ceres whisper. So the mask was going on. So during that mask, Juno and Ceres, the spirits who were disguised as or who were in the getup of Juno and Ceres, they whispered to each other and sent Iris on employment. And after that, Iris, the spirit who was disguised as Iris, she was sent on employment. She was sent to perform some task. Prospero, sweet now, silence. So Prospero, Ferdinand and Miranda, they started talking to each other. So Prospero instructs them to be quiet. He says that please be silent now. Juno and Ceres whisper seriously. Please, you people should keep quiet. You people should not talk because Juno and Ceres, they are whispering to each other and they are talking to each other seriously. There is something else to do. Hush and be mute, or else our spell is marred. So Prospero says that hush means keep quiet and be mute. Don't talk, just remain quiet, or else what will happen? Or else our spell will be marred. Means the magic charm, the magic spell which I have cast over all of them, that will be marred, that will be destroyed, that will become ineffective, right? So that is why I request you to be quiet and pay attention to what is going on. Iris, you nymphs or naiads of the wandering brooks, with your sedged crowns and ever harmless looks, leave your crisp channels and on this green land answer your summons. So Iris says that you nymphs, who are nymphs? Nymphs are the spirits, they are the mythological spirits of nature who are in the form of a maiden and they live in the rivers, woods, forests, hills, right? So those are the nymphs. So he says that you nymphs who are called as naiads, right? So naiads are the nymphs, they are the type of the nymphs who live on the wandering brooks, means they live in the rivers, they live in the small streams and the rivers, with your sedged crowns. Sedged crowns means the crowns which are made of grass, right? What is sedge? Sedge is a grass-like plant, normally which grows near the rivers, on the river banks. So the plant which the grass-like plant which grows near the river banks, near the watery places, and it has a small flowers, right, and triangular stem. So that is sedge, right? So you, with your sedge crown, so you make crowns of those plants, right? So with your sedge crowns and ever harmless looks, and you who have such harmless looks, You have gentle, innocent looks. Leave your crisp channels. So I request you to leave your crisp channels. Means leave your rivers which are marked by ripples, right? Which are marked by small waves and ripples. I request you to please leave those places and on this green land, and I request you to come to this green land, to this place where we all have gathered to witness the love of Ferdinand and Miranda, to bless the love of Ferdinand and Miranda. We all of us have gathered here. So I request you also to leave your channels, to leave your rivers, streams, and your water bodies and come to this place. Answer your summons. Do not thus come. So please answer and please respond to the call of Juno. Juno has asked you, Juno has commanded you to come to this place. So you leave your places, leave your channels and rivers and come to this place. Juno does command. Come, temperate nymphs, and help to celebrate. I request to check. Temperate means disciplined and chaste, right? So very moderate, very ascetic. So I request you, temperate nymphs, that you come and join us and help us in the celebration of the contract of true love, right? We are celebrating the contract of true love, true, pure, innocent love. So I request you to be a part of it, to join us in this celebration. Be not too late and don't be too late. Please be here on time. Enter certain names. So then few more spirits they enter, they are disguised as nymphs, right? So they enter. Your sunburnt sickle of August weary, come hither. So see, Iris is the messenger of Juno, and Iris has been given the task of summoning and calling all these nymphs and spirits from different water bodies. So this is the act which was going on. This is the mass which was going on. So use sunburnt sicklemen of August weary. And then now the nymphs, they have come. So Iris summons other spirits. Who are they? They are the sicklemen. Sicklemen means the reapers, the people who cut the crops. So you sunburned. Why are you sunburned? Because of working and toiling in the fields during hot summers in the sun. Because of working in the sun, your skin is sunburned. It has become tanned by the influence of sun, rays of the sun. So you sunburned sicklemen of August weary. You sicklemen who have tanned the skin because of working in sunlight and of August weary, and who become tired because of the heat, because of working in the heat of, weary means tired and fatigued, who become tired and weary because of working in the hot summers and the heat of August. Come hither from the furrow and be merry. I request you also to come here from the furrow. What is a furrow? Furrow is a long, narrow trench kind of a thing, right? Which is made by plow, right? When you plow the fields, a long trench is made, and then the seed is sown, and then the irrigation is done, right? You must have seen that the long trench, narrow trench kind of a thing is made on the field before you sow the seeds. So that is the furrow. So come hither from the furrow and be merry. So we request you to take a break, take a holiday, and make holiday with rye straw hats put on. So we request you to take holiday, to take a break from your toil and from your hard work, and come and be part of this celebration which is going on. What is the celebration? The celebration is we are celebrating the contract of true love, and I request you also to be a part of this celebration. So first, Iris calls the nymphs, and then later on, Iris summons the reapers and the sicklemen also. Okay. Make holiday, your rye straw hats put on, and these fresh nymphs encounter everyone. So what are they celebrating? They are celebrating the contract of true love. Aries summons the sicklemen later on. Sicklemen has been summoned. Okay. First to summon the naiads, the nymphs, which were called as naiads, right? And then later on, Aries summons the sickle, right? Who work in the month of August, who are tired of working hard and toiling hard in the heat of August. Make holiday your rye straw hats put on, and these fresh nymphs encounter everyone in the country footing. So I request you to be in the holiday mood and wear your hats which are made of rye. Rye hats, rye straw hats means your hats which are made of the straw, that yellow straw, dry grass from rye plants. Request you to wear those hats, and these fresh nymphs encounter everyone. And then encounter means to meet. Come here and then join these nymphs. First, Iris summoned the nymphs, then Iris summoned the sicklemen, and then she asked the sicklemen to join the nymphs in country footing. What is country footing? Country footing is a country dance, right? You come here and perform dance steps with these nymphs. Now, when they hear the call of Iris, the reapers also come. Means few more spirits disguised as reapers, they also join the stage. They also come on the stage. Enter certain reapers, properly habited. Properly habited means properly dressed. The way Iris asked them to dress, that is wearing those rye straw caps, hats rather. So enter certain reapers properly habited. They join with the nymphs in the graceful dance, and then both of them start performing the dance step. That is the nymphs, that is the naiads, who are a particular type of nymphs. They, along with the reapers and the sicklemen, they start performing graceful dance steps. Towards the end, whereof Prospero starts running. What happens when this was going on, when this act was being performed in front of Ferdinand, Miranda, and Prospero? What happens all of a sudden? Prospero is alarmed. Prospero is shocked. Alarmed and shocked all of a sudden, and then he speaks. After which, to a strange, hollow, and confused noise, they heavily vanish. And then what happens? Then a strange sound is heard, and then all the spirits which were there on stage, disguised as nymphs, sicklemen, Iris, Juno, everyone disappears. Right? Everything which was there on everything which was being performed in front of Ferdinand and Miranda, everything just vanishes all of a sudden. Prospero aside. I had forgot the foul conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his confederates against my life. So why was Prospero alarmed all of a sudden? Because he recollected, or he remembered, the conspiracy of Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo. You remember the conspiracy? What did they conspire to do? They conspired to kill Prospero, right, when he was asleep in the afternoon. So, and this was told to Prospero by Ariel. Ariel informed Prospero about the conspiracy of Caliban, Stefano, and Trinculo, right? They planned to murder Prospero. Prospero was made aware of this by Ariel, but Prospero had forgotten about it. And then all of a sudden he recollects about their plan, about their conspiracy, and so that is why he is alarmed, right? He's kind of surprised, and all of a sudden he asks the spirits to disappear, and the mask comes to an end. The mask comes to an abrupt ending, right? Because Prospero is reminded, Prospero remembers about the conspiracy which was hatched against him by Caliban and company, right? And his confederates. Confederates means the associates or the helpers, right? So I had forgot the foul conspiracy, right, of the beast Caliban and his associates or confederates or helpers against my life. So what was their conspiracy? To kill Prospero. The minute of their plot is almost come. Means it's almost afternoon. They planned to kill Prospero during the afternoon. So he says the time of their conspiracy has already come. The time when they decided to execute their plan, that has almost come, is almost come. To the spirits, well done, avoid no more. And then he asked the spirits to just go away. You have performed well, you have done your job well, your performance was excellent, but now stop it. I don't want this to go on further. I don't want the celebrations and the festivities to go on further. So stop all this. I don't want to continue. Ferdinand. Now see, Ferdinand is shocked because he was enjoying everything what was going on. This was something new for him and it was taking place for the first time in his life. And he was enjoying, he was spellbound, he was mesmerized with the great show which was taking place in front of him. So he says, this is strange. And all of a sudden, and Prospero was also sitting with them and enjoying the show. But then all of a sudden, he is alarmed and shocked. So Ferdinand says, this is strange. Your father's in some passion that works him strongly. So all of a sudden, when he looks at Prospero, the mask has come to an end, and then he looks at the expression on Prospero's face. And so he says to Miranda, Ferdinand says to Miranda, that this is really strange. It's weird that your father is in some sort of passion, in some passion. Passion means is in a very disturbed emotional state that works him strongly, and that is troubling him strongly, right? It's very clearly visible from his facial expression that he is in a disturbed emotional state. Miranda, never till this day saw I him touched with anger so distempered. So Miranda is also observing this kind of expression on her father's face for the first time. So Miranda says that never till this day, this is the first time till this day I have never seen my father so angry and so distempered, right? So angry and with such a violent expression on his face. This is the first time that I am seeing my father in such a disturbed and such an angry state. So Prospero tries to calm them down and tries to make them feel relaxed. Prospero says, you do look, my son, in a moved sort. So he tells to Ferdinand, Prospero says to Ferdinand, that you do look, my son, in a moved sort. Means, my dear son, Ferdinand, you seem to be rather upset. Moved sort means upset, sad, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful. As if you were dismayed means it seems that you are scared kind of a thing. You're not okay. You seem to be upset. You seem to be sad, sorrowful. So be cheerful, sir. I request you to to relax, to be happy, right? To be cheerful. Our revels now are ended. So our celebrations, our merrymaking has come to an end now. These are actors, as our folk told you, were all spirits. As I told you earlier, Ferdinand, that these actors who were performing the mask in front of you, they were all spirits. They were not real human beings. They were just spirits and are melted into the air. And because they are spirits, they were spirits, so they melted into the thin air, right? They were not something substantial. They were just vision. They were just an illusion. What are spirits? Spirits are illusions. So they were just illusions, and so they melted into the air, into thin air. So they completely vanished because they were without any base, without any foundation, and so that is why they disappeared into the air. See, this speech by Prospero is important, right? Please mark this speech as important. Okay. So these spirits, as I foretold you, these are actors, as I foretold you. Foretold you means, as I told you earlier, they were all the spirits and are melted into the thin air, and they have disappeared into the thin air. Means completely disappeared. They have vanished completely because they were spirits. So please note this speech as important in your book. These are actors, as I told you, were all spirits and are melted into the air, into thin air, and like the baseless fabric of this vision, right? Because this vision was without any base, because they were spirits, they were not real things, they were not real beings, and so the baseless fabric, the entire fabric of this vision was without any foundation, without any base, right? So what happened? It was just like an unreal vision which was in front of you. So just like this unreal vision which was presented in front of you, the cloud-capped stars. Cloud-capped stars means very high stars, the stars which reach high up to the clouds. So the high stars, even the highest stars, the gorgeous palaces. Gorgeous palaces means the huge, splendid palaces, the solemn temples. The solemn temples means the sacred temples, the great globe itself, and the entire earth, the great planet on which we live. Yeah, all which it inherits. And along with this earth, everything else which belongs to this earth. So the highest stars, the splendid palaces, the sacred temples, earth along with everything else which belongs to this earth shall dissolve, and like the insubstantial fading faded. So what will happen? A day will come, then everything on this earth, along with the earth itself, what will happen? Everything will dissolve one day. Everything will vanish. Everything will disappear one day. Everything will come to an end one day. And like the insubstantial pigeon faded, leave not a rat. And like the insubstantial pigeon, like the shadowy spectacle, like the unreal vision which you saw in front of you a while ago, the mask which was the unreal, the illusion which was presented in front of you a while ago, like it faded all of a sudden. Similarly, everything on this earth will come to an end one day. So everything on this earth, everything which is a part of this earth, which belongs to this earth, has to end. And what will happen? Leave not a rat behind. And there will not be the slightest trace of it left behind. Means it will completely disappear and vanish like the spirits which were performing this act in front of you. They completely disappeared. Not even a speck, not even a dot was left, right? Not even the slightest mark or the slightest trace was left. Similarly, everything on this earth will completely disappear, completely vanish one fine day without leaving any trace or any mark behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with sleep. Rounded with sleep. Here, the meaning of sleep is death, that is eternal sleep, right? Shakespeare is talking about eternal sleep. And what is eternal sleep? Eternal sleep is death. So he says that we are such stuff as dreams are made of. Our life is just like a dream. When you are dreaming, everything seems real. And when you get up, when you are awakened, what happens? The entire dream disappears. So not even a trace of the dream is left. So he says that our life, we are such stuff as dreams are made up or made of. Means our life is like a dream. And our little life is rounded with a sleep. And what happens? It will be completed by our eternal sleep. Means our life, which is like a dream, will come to an end one day with death. Death is the end or the completion of this life, which is like a dream. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My brain is troubled. So he says that, sir, dear sir, Ferdinand, what has happened is that I am annoyed. I am in a bit disturbed state. I am a bit perturbed. I am a bit puzzled, right? So I am a bit tensed. So Please bear with my weakness. So please excuse me for my this mental state, for my weakness, for my present state of mind. I request you to please excuse me. My old brain is troubled, right? I'm a bit tense. My old brain is troubled. It is tensed at the moment. So I request you to please forgive me for that, right? Please excuse me for that. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. And I request you to please be not disturbed. Please be not be, I request you not to be upset with my infirmity. Infirmity means with my mental and physical weakness, right? My brain is in a disturbed state at the moment. My mind is not relaxed at the moment. And I request you not to be upset with my mental state at the moment. If you be pleased, retire to my cell, right? I request you that if it pleases you, if you want, if you like, then please go to my cell and rest. You can go to my cave, you can go to my cell and take rest for a while, and there repose. Repose means to take rest. A turn or two I'll walk to still my beating mind. And what will I do in the meantime? You along with Miranda can go into my cell and rest for some time, and in the meantime I will walk for some time. I will just take a stroll, I'll just take a walk to still my beating mind. And what will happen? When I'll take a walk, when I'll take a stroll, then my beating mind, my troubled mind will feel relaxed, will calm down. Ferdinand and Miranda, we wish you peace. So Ferdinand and Miranda, they wish Prospero peace. They wish that he should become calm and composed quickly, and then they leave. Why did Prospero suggest Ferdinand and Miranda to retire to the cell? Because he wanted to summon Ariel and talk to Ariel. And he couldn't do this in the presence of Ferdinand and Miranda. So that is why he advises Ferdinand and Miranda to go into his cell. So Ferdinand and Miranda, they wish him peace and then they leave. Ariel, thy thoughts I cleave to. So re-enter Ariel. And when Ferdinand and Miranda leave, what happens? Ariel re-enter. Thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure? So Ariel says that I was thinking about you. I was clinging to your thoughts. My thoughts were occupied or clinged or attached to you. What's thy pleasure? So what do you want? What is your wish? What should I do to you? Because you thought about me, I came. So clinging to the thoughts means the moment you thought about me, I was adhering to your thoughts. I am here to comply with your thoughts, right? Whatever you are thinking, I am ready to do. I'm ready to follow the instructions which have occurred to your mind, which you are thinking about you. That is the meaning of cleave to. Cleave to means cling to your thoughts. I'm attached to your thoughts, and whatever you will instruct me, I am here to follow your instructions. What's that pleasure? So now tell me, what do you want me to do? What do you wish me to do? Prospero, spirit, you must prepare to meet with Captain. So Prospero says, spirit, Ariel, I instruct you to prepare to meet Caliban. It's time that you should go and meet Caliban and teach him a lesson. Ariel, hey, my commander, when I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it, but I feared lest I might anger thee. So Ariel says that when, yes, my commander, yes, my master, the time when I introduced Ceres, right, when the mask was being performed and Ceres was supposed to come on the stage, then at that time I thought that I should remind you about Caliban and his plan, because you seem to have forgotten about it. So I thought of reminding you about Caliban's plan once again. But then I was scared, I feared lest I might anger thee. But then I thought that you might be angry, right? You might be annoyed. And so I held myself from reminding you. I stopped myself from telling you again or reminding you again of Ariel's, or reminding you again of Caliban's plan. Yes, so I didn't want to annoy you, so I thought that you might be angry at me, you might be annoyed at me, and so I resisted and stopped myself from talking about Caliban at that time when I was presenting series on stage. Prospero, say again, where didst thou leave these wallets? Wallet means scoundrels, rascals. Prospero says, just tell me once more, where did you leave these three scoundrels? Who are the three scoundrels? They are Caliban, Cincinno, and Stefano. Just tell me, where did you leave them? I have forgotten. I seem to have forgotten about them, what you did to them. So just remind me once again where you left these three rascals and scoundrel. Ariel, I told you, sir, they were red hot with drinking. So Ariel says that I already told you, sir, that their faces were red because of heavy drinking. They were heavily drunk, and so their faces had gone red. So full of valor that they smoked the air for breathing in their faces, and they were so out of their senses, right? That see what happens when you drink too much, you become very brave, right? So says that they were so full of valor, means they had so much energy, they were so full of spirit and so full of energy that they were even beating the air in their crazy state, in their drunken state. What they were doing, they were breathing, they were beating, the smoting means beating, they were smoting the air, they were trying to hit the air which was breathing on their faces, which was blowing on their faces, the air which was blowing on their faces, they were even trying to hit that air. So it means that they were completely out of their senses for kissing of their feet, yet always bending towards their project, right? So they were hitting the air, they were trying to hit or beat the air for blowing on their faces, beat the ground for kissing their feet, and then they were hitting and stamping their foot on the ground for kissing their feet, that why are you touching my feet? So what does this show? These two actions, they tell us that they were in a completely drunken state, they were in an inebriated state, they were completely out of their senses. So they were stamping their foot on the ground, that why are you touching my feet? And then they were trying to hit and beat the air, that why are you blowing on our faces? So then I beat my tablet, and what happened? But they were yet always bending towards their project. But their project, their mission, what was their project? Their project was to kill Prospero. So, but their project was very clear in their heads. Though they were out of their senses, they were behaving in a strange and a weird manner, but still their aim, their target was very much in their minds. And what was their aim and target? To murder Prospero, right? Then I beat my tablet. And what did I do at that time? When they were in such a state, what did I do? I started beating my drum, at which, like unbacked colts, they pricked their ears. And what did they do? Like unbacked colts. Unbacked colts means colts are young horses, right? So unbacked means untrained. Like untrained horses, they pricked their ears. What happened when I was like when I started beating my tabor, when I started playing my drum, what happened? They heard the sound of the drum, and all of a sudden, like untrained young horses, they pricked their ears. Pricked their ears means they raised their ears. They became alert, advance their eyelids, and like the horses, they lift their eyelids and start looking here and there whenever some strange sound is heard. So the moment I started beating the drum, they raised their ears and they lifted up their eyelids, lifted up their nose, and even lifted up their nose as they smelt music, as if they were smelling music. This was the expression which they gave on hearing the drum which was played by Ariel. So I charmed their ears. And because they raised their ears, so I charmed their ears. Right? I cast my uh, magic spell over their ears. Right? So now their ears were under my magic charm or magic spell. That calf like they my lowing followed through. So, and when they were completely charmed with my music, the music which was playing, which I was playing on my drum, on my tabor, then they were completely charmed because I influenced their ears with my magic charm. So what happened? After that, after I charmed their ears, they started following my music like the calf. You must have seen the calf. The calf always follows the cow, its mother, right? Wherever the mother goes, the calf also goes. So, like the calf follows the cow, its mother. So, similarly, they also started following my music, right? They my lowing followed. The calf follows the sound of the mother, so they also followed my sound, the sound which I was playing on my tablet. Followed through toothed briars, sharp furzes, pricking gauze, and thorns, which entered their frail chins. So they were so mesmerized or so much under the influence of my magic that they were so spellbound with my music that they ignored the sharp furzes and the toothed briars, pricking gauze, and thorns. So they it means that the wild plants, the thorns and the pricks which were there on the wild plants, these are the wild plants which grow, right? So the tooth briars, so the pricks and the thorns which were there on these plants, they were like, they pricked their legs, they pricked their shins. Shins is the front part of your leg. So it was pricking their shins, but they completely ignored the pain and the scratches which were made on their shins and the legs, and they were just following my music, which entered their frail shins. Frail shins means the weak shins, right? So these thorns and the pricks from these plants, they entered these furzes and the gauze, they entered their shins, but they didn't pay any heed to it, and they were just following my music. At last, I left them, and then I left them. Where did Radial leave them? In a filthy mantle pool beyond your cell. So where did I leave them? I left them on near a dirty pool beyond your cell, right? The pool which is there at a distance from your cell, I left them there. Filthy mantle. Mantle means which is covered with dirty scum. What is a scum? These dry leaves and the twigs which fall on the river, along with all the dirt, they get accumulated, right? We just come closer and get accumulated in a place. So that is scum. So that dirty pool which had a lot of mantle or scum on it, I left them at that place which was, I left them near that pool which was outside your cell. They are dancing up to their chins, and now they are inside that pool dancing up to their chin. So they are covered, their bodies are covered up to their chins in that pool, in that dirty pool. So because they are in completely drunken state, so they don't have any sense at the moment. They are in that dirty pool, in that dirty, stinking, filthy pool, and their bodies are covered up to their chins, and they are dancing. So it was till this point that I missed in Act 4. So the further pages are already there on YouTube, so you can refer to them for further explanation. Thank you for watching my video. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.